What's up? What's up, gang? All right, let's see. Let's see if this is posting. Am I live? Yeah, I am. Word. What's up? All right, sounds good as well. Sounds good. All right. I'm trying to be back more. Hopefully, we'll see. Anyways, I'm using this character, Scarlet, to start my new meme that I want to do. I've been addicted to the Honeypie meme. I bet y'all have seen it. If you haven't, I can pull it up. You probably have though. Or let's see. Not YouTube Studio. God damn it. How do I just open YouTube? Please stay. That song's also been stuck in my head. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't. All right, word. So YouTube. Dude, that's actually pretty sick. I might need to save to watch later. Anyways. In 4 days is crazy. All right. I mean, y'all probably have seen this by Johnny. Oh, honey pie. I want to do my own rendition of that. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. I'm thinking of something cute. I already storyboarded a little bit. So let's get to it. I want to show my process. I'm gonna focus less on what's the word? Here, wait, let me pause it as okay. I'm gonna try and like speed run this because I don't have that much time. And will my shit's probably gonna get fucking whatevered anyways, so I'll probably put on some Minecraft music like I did last time. All my videos have been all my what do you call this? Not my videos, but my let me just see if this is good volume for this. All my what do you call this? Okay. All my all my shit. Wait. All my what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, all my videos basically they claim it. But I don't make money from them anyways, so it's like I don't fucking care, you know what I mean? Once I get bigger, then I will care. All my shit basically okay, I think I can turn it up a little bit for you guys. It's a little quiet, so I'm gonna turn it up on. Once I get bigger, then I will care. Okay, let's try that. I'm just gonna let it run for a few more seconds before. I just want to check the audio, make sure it's not drowning out my voice, but not too. I think I can turn. I think that's good. Okay, let's try that. I think that looks good. I think that's good. Let's do that. So it's still a little loud, but whatever. Anyways, I'm basically taking care of myself at this point. Sorry for not uploading. What can I do? Dude, I got here. Not an offer, but an opportunity at a tattoo shop, so I am indulging in that right now. But I also do want to make content and whatever, so we're gonna try and balance this the best we can. Honeypie.png. So I am gonna import some reference. Not this. As you can see, I have been making a lot of tattoo shit. Where is it? I've also been dyeing. Bueno. Oh, so it does need to be like the classic YouTube kind of size, which I don't know what it is. I should probably look it up. I think the square box should be fine, because then I can post it to Instagram too. It's more phone friendly. No, is this phone friendly? I mean, it is, but it's like, is it? I guess landscape friendly, but Instagram friendly? Instagram image size. So the ratio, okay, square post, landscape post. I guess square post is like decent for both of them, so I'll probably keep it as a square for now. You might edit it later, we'll see. But as you can see, the colors really pop with this, but it's very simple as well. So I do want to proportion the character similarly. I'm not gonna fucking trace over it like some people have been doing. All right, I see you. I'm just gonna get the proportions. I want it to be a similar size to this. This is gonna be my little rough sketch, even though I did a very cute rough sketch. I love it. Just gonna be more like leaning to the side on this one, and her ear goes like that, and then she goes like this with her fingers. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Bum bum bum. I miss Minecraft. I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same now that I'm an adult. Before, it used to feel like very... It was all I wanted to do every day, just play Minecraft. Now it's like, work, real life. It's not even work at this point, it's just life in general. Been low-key kind of depressed, honestly. I've been sleeping too much, not doing enough, so I'm hoping this will give me some motivation and I can kind of build off of that. Yeah, just outlining the very basics here, like her tatas, and then her arm goes up here. Very kawaii desu. Kawaii ne. Can I even sneak in that little thing there? Very cutesy. And she will have some hair that follows over anyways. Her hair is a bit longer as well, which I do like. I really like this character, the way she turned out. It was immaculate. Everybody likes her. She's so cute. I'm gonna try and do like a little, like, you know how, I don't know how he did it. Well, I do know how he did it. I don't have those materials, like the time to do it. So he did like the pinup. Plus he's just the guy that did this, amazing artist. Honestly, he deserves all the support he got for that animation. But I cannot do that. So I'm gonna work with what I got, which is just this for now. Yeah, looks way cuter on my sketch. Why does it look like that? Why does it look way cuter on my sketch? Why? I think it's her neck here. It's more like round. Fuck it, should I import the image? Fuck it, we got the time, let's do it. Although it's not bad. I want it to look more like this, like a chibi character. Which I sketched out. Ooh, girl, you so fine, you so but oh honey pie. Alright, let me send this to my Discord, and then after that I will download the picture from Discord, and then I will reiterate it. Save image to pictures, sure. Honeypie.jpg, sure. Where did I save it? Oh. There you go. Look how cute she is. Oh fuck. I was supposed to import. Oops, my bad. Import image. I didn't know you could do that, but now I do. Look how cute she is. She's so fucking cute, dog. Okay, wait. We have that sketch and then we have this sketch. Let's kind of like boop this sketch over that sketch. Okay, I think that's like fairly lined up, honestly. It kind of is, yeah. Okay, now we don't need that one. Let's do that one. Alright. What I do for this, innit? You. I'm very proud of my 2-minute sketch that I'm reiterating now. Man, I should have did this from the start. I just wasted some time. That's okay. We'll simplify it. Boop. Okay, what's going on with these eyes actually? It kind of looks like it's like that. I don't know. Bigger eyes, do they look better? That looks cute. Cute enough. Sorry if you hear my sinuses, I think I'm sick. I'm not completely sure though, but I think. I think I am sick. Unfortunately. Try to speedrun this as fast as possible. One thing I do know, my line art is really good. As well as my my shading and coloring and my style. But everything else can be worked on. I want to get into the industry, but fuck, it's kind of hard. Especially the art industry. I don't know what it is, but it's just hard to get into. Boop. And then you got the honker badonkers. She ends off there, but we could do it a little longer. Sure, see. And then I do need to do the outfit and shit, which I'll use this as reference. Don't stop until you mine, girl. Don't you stop until you mine, girl. Ooh, girl, you so fine. You so mine, ain't it? But oh, honey, honey pie, honey, honey, honey pie. Yeah, we can do that. It's nice. I would just connect those. Connect the dots. Connect the lines. Where's Mr. Beast when you need him? Give me 10 grand, por favor, for doing nothing, for drawing. Good old Mr. Beast. Oh shit. Need it. Where is Mr. Beast, bro? He just dipped. He's getting his shit rocked online right now, and I want no part of it. Unless he gives me money, then I'll be like, okay, you know what, Mr. Beast ain't so bad, guys. You know what I mean? He gave me money. I don't really give a shit about money, honestly. That's the fucking hard part about society. It like makes you fucking give a shit about money. Well, it's fucked. I hate money, actually. I wish it just all disappeared. And we could go back to being a normal society, but no. That's a dream that will never come true. Maybe I should have it more leaning in behind. That way it goes boop, boop out back here. might start doing commissions. I don't know how to get into the commission work, honestly. It seems a little hard to get into, but shit. I'll give it a try. Okay, I'm gonna do the ear and then I'm gonna do the other stuff on a separate layer just to be safe. Man, how do you do demon ears? Like that? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Bum 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 bum. Ba da 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 da. Speed run. All right. Now we'll do the hair. I should have this as a reference beside me. Hair. How do I import image? Either there we go. Art I made. Bah. Sure. Nice. Booba. She has her. You think like if I listen to Alan Watts right now, I'll get copy striked? Probably not, honestly. Alan Watts, my favorite spiritual teacher of all time. Spiritual guider. He just, I don't know, he makes me feel calm inside, you know? Reduces anxiety, reduces stress. And I kind of need that right now. My life's been kind of shaky. I don't want to get a job because fucking getting a job sucks. I want this to be my job, but fuck. My motivation has been fucked recently. It's not bueno. Not good. Not good for the soul. I need something to keep me accountable, but, you know, not something to sell my soul to. Which I was selling my soul before because I had 0 time to do anything I liked. Literally, like 0 time. Yeah, I also need to get rid of this cold. It kind of sucks. I just want to go to bed right now, but that's all I want to do all day. So I need to stop, get out of the bad habit. Okay, no more. No more bad habit. Be gone. Be gone with you. Be gone with bad habits. I might actually put on some Alan Watts now that I think about it. I just feel like it's necessary. Oh, wrong video. Alan Watts. Let's listen to one of his seminars.
I remember when I was a little boy, people used to say to me, Alan, you're so weird. Why can't you be like other people? Well, I thought that was just plain dull.
Just plain dull.
Some of the things that are weird because they are just obvious and nobody ever thinks of them. Some of the most fascinating scientific discoveries have been made by people who called ordinary common sense in question. Like anybody can see that the Earth is flat, and people know it's flat. And calling that fundamental assumption in question is really the beginning of geography. And when I think over the weirdest of all things I can think of, you know what it is? Nothing. The whole idea of nothing is something that has bugged people for centuries, especially in the West. Because we have a saying in Latin, ex nihilo nihil fit, which means that out of nothing comes nothing. You can't, in other words, get something out of nothing.
But then why are we here?
And it's occurred to me that this is a fallacy of tremendous proportions that lies at the root of all our common sense, not only in the West, but in many parts of the East as well. And it comes up as a kind of terror of nothing, a put down on nothing, on everything to do with nothing, everything associated with nothing, such as sleep, passivity, rest, and even the feminine principle is often equated with the negative principle. Although women's lib people don't like that kind of thing, but when they get through understanding what I'm going to tell you, I don't think they'll object. Because what has struck me is that nothing, the negative, the empty, is exceedingly powerful. I would say, not ex nihilo nihil fit, out of nothing comes nothing, but I would say you can't have something without nothing. For how do we basically begin to think about the difference between something and nothing? I can say, there is a cigar in my right hand and there is no cigar in my left hand. And so we get the idea of is here and isn't or empty here. But behind that, of course, lies the far more obvious contrast of solid and space. Now, we tend to think of space as nothing. When we talk about the conquest of space, there's a little element, notice, of hostility in that phrase. But actually, we're talking about the conquest of distance. Space as such, that is to say, whatever it is that lies between the Earth and the Moon and the Earth and the Sun, is considered, especially since the Michelson-Morley experiment, which proved there was no ether, is considered to be just nothing at all. But to suggest how very powerful and important this nothing at all is, let me point out to you
Fuck this shit.
if you didn't have space, you couldn't have anything solid.
True.
To begin with,
Listen.
without space outside the solid, you wouldn't know where the solid's edges were. For example, you can see me on the camera because you see a background here and all around me, and that background shows up my outline. But if that wasn't there, then you would notice, say, only the beads and the microphone here, and this would become the background. But you always have to have a background to see a figure. You just can't do without it. So that means that the figure and the ground, the solid and the space,
Are
in
one.
some way are inseparable and go together. Now, we find this very commonly in the phenomena of magnetism and electricity. A magnet has a north pole and a south pole, and a battery has a positive pole and a negative pole. There is no such thing as a magnet with one pole only. That's supposing we equate with north with south and north with is and south with isn't. Then we see we can't do without the two of them. You can chop the magnet in two, supposing it's a bar magnet, and you'll just get another north pole and south pole on the end of each piece. And so in the same way, a current will not flow through an electric circuit until the negative pole is connected as well as the positive. Because the current does not wait in the wire like water in a hose and then begin to flow when you, as it were, connect it with the negative pole like turning on the nozzle. There won't be any current in the wire at all until its end point, which is the negative, is established.
Yeah, I should do a little.
What this is trying to get into our basic logic is this, that there isn't a sort of fight between something and nothing. You know,
there's a
the famous
unity.
words of Hamlet, to be or not to be, that is the question. It isn't. To be or not to be is not the question. Because, as I think I've shown, you can't have a solid without space. And therefore you can't have an is without an isn't, a something without a nothing, a figure without a background. And we can turn that right the other way round and say you can't have space without solid. Because imagine nothing but space. Space, 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 with nothing in it at all forever. But there you are imagining it, and you're something in it. To have the whole idea of there being only space and nothing else at all is not only inconceivable, but perfectly meaningless. Because we always know what we mean by contrasts. We know what we mean by white in comparison with black.
Mm-hmm.
We know life in comparison with death. We know pleasure in comparison with pain, up in comparison with down. But you will notice of all these things that they must come into being together. You don't have first something and then nothing, or first nothing and then something. Something and nothing are two sides of the same coin. And as you know, if you take a coin
and you flip it,
you file away the tail side of it, and you file that side of it away completely, the head side will disappear as well. In this sense, the positive and the negative, the something and the nothing,
oh girl, you so hot.
They go together. And in this way you could
honey,
say that
honey
nothing
pie, honey, honey,
is the
honey.
force whereby the something can be manifested. Without space, we couldn't see the stars. The stars not only occupy space, but have space between one point of the
I like
sphere
that. I like
and
that
the
a lot.
opposite point. So the space everywhere
So
is
I
absolutely
think
basic to there being anything.
maybe.
Now, ordinarily, we think that what is basic to the physical world is something we call matter. And then matter has various shapes. We think of tables as made of wood. We think of pots as made of clay. But I ask you, is a tree made of wood in the same way as a table is? No, that would be stupid, isn't it? Because a tree is wood. It isn't made of wood. Wood and tree are two different names for the same thing. But there's in the back of our mind the notion, as a root of common sense, that everything in the world is made of something, made of some kind of basic stuff. And physicists, through the centuries, have, of course, wanted to know what that was. And physics began as a quest to discover the basic stuff out of which the world is made. And with all our advances in physics, we've never found it.
Never
What
will.
we have found is not stuff, but form. We have found shapes. We have found structures. Because when you turn up the microscope and you look at things where you thought there was some sort of stuff, you find instead form, pattern, structure. You find the shapes of crystals, and you go in beyond the shapes of crystals and you find molecules. And you go in beyond molecules and you find atoms, and you go in beyond atoms and you find electrons and positrons, between which there are vast spaces. And we can't make up our minds as to these electrons, whether they're waves or whether they're particles, and so we call them wavicles.
Wavicles.
But they're very tiny. And if you want to ask what stuff are electrons made of, we might be able to make a further analysis, but what we will come up with will never be stuff. It will always be a pattern, a moving pattern, which can be described and measured, but we never get to any stuff for the simple reason that there isn't any. You see, what stuff is, actually, is when you see something unclearly or out of focus, it becomes fuzzy. You know, we say stuffing in something like kapok in a cushion, or stuff like clay, because when we look at it with the naked eye, it looks just like goo. We can't make out any significant shape to it. But then when you put it under the microscope, you suddenly see shapes. It comes into clear focus as shape. And you can go on and on and on, looking into the nature of the world, and you will never find anything except form. Because think of stuff. Why, you wouldn't know how to talk about it, even if you found it. How would you describe what it was like? You couldn't say anything about a structure in it. You couldn't say anything about a pattern or a process in it, because it'd be just absolute primordial goo. Well, what else is there besides form in the world? Obviously, between the significant shapes of any form, there is space. And space and form, in that sense, go together as the fundamental things we're dealing with in this universe.
Space and form.
And that's why there's a Buddhist saying. Really, the whole of Buddhism is based on this saying, which is, that which is void is precisely form, and that which is form
is precisely void.
So form always goes with void. And there really isn't in this whole universe any stuff. Form, indeed, is inseparable from the idea of
Ones
energy.
and zeros, baby. The simulation.
And frisky form, especially when it's moving in a very circumscribed area, appears to us as solid. In the same way, for example, when you spin an electric fan, the empty spaces between the blades sort of disappear into a blur, and you can't push a pencil, much less your finger, through the fan. So in the same way, you can't push your finger through the floor, because the floor's going too fast. But basically, what you have down there is nothing except nothing and form in motion. But here it is, this common sense notion that the world is made of some kind of stuff is shown to be a nonsense idea in the back of our minds. It isn't there at all, but instead form and emptiness.
Sure. Does this look weird? I think it does. Okay, if I put my arm behind my back, you will see, yeah, my fingers curled and my thumb like that.
Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right.
I hope you guys like this.
It loves and nourishes all things,
I do.
but does not lord it over them. And when merits are accomplished, it lays no claim.
I'm the only one watching anyways.
The more, therefore, you relinquish power,
Bless.
trust others,
God
the more
bless.
powerful you become. But in such a way that instead of having to lie awake nights controlling everything, you do it beautifully by trusting the job to everyone else. And they carry it on for you. So you can go to sleep at night and trust your nervous system to wake you up in the morning. You can even tell it, I want to wake up at 6 o'clock, and it'll wake you up just like an alarm clock.
Just like an alarm
This
clock.
seems a sort of paradox to say this, but the principle of unity, of coming to a sense of oneness with the whole of the rest of the universe, is not to try
to obtain power over the rest of the universe.
No.
That will only disturb it and antagonize it and make it seem less one with you than ever. The way to become one with the universe is to trust it as another, as you would another.
As a
Say,
person.
let's see what you're going to do.
Let's see what you're going to do.
But in doing that, you see, in saying that to everything else that you have been taught to think is not you, you are also saying it to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we got our line
Finally,
work.
as I pointed out, you do not know where your decisions
Ooh, girl, you so fine, you so
pop up like
oh, honey pie.
And when you make a decision,
Okay.
people have a great deal of anxiety about making decisions. There's this guy farmer, who ordered a help man come in and found he was an extraordinarily efficient worker, because the first day he put him on sawing logs. And he sawed more logs than anybody had ever sawed. It was fantastic. But it was all done in one day. So the next day he put him on to mending fences. And there were all kinds of broken fences around the farm. In one day he had the whole thing done. So he thought, what am I going to do with this guy? So he took him down into a basement and said, look, here are all the potatoes that have come in from this harvest. And I want you to sort them into 3 groups. Those that we sell, those that we use for seeding, and those that we throw away. So he left him at that. At the end of the day, the laborer came back and said, well, that's enough, mister. I quit. Oh, he said, you can't quit. I've never had such an excellent worker. I'll raise your salary. I'll do anything to keep you around here. I said, no. It's all right mending fences and chopping wood, but this potato business is decision after decision after decision after decision.
I love his stories.
So when we decide, we're always worrying, did I think this over long enough? Did I take enough data into consideration?
There's no data.
And if you think it through, you find you never could take enough data into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
The data for a decision in any given situation is infinite. So what you do is, you go through the motions of thinking out what you will do about this. And then when the time comes to act, you make a snap judgment. I mean, I'm speaking a little extremely, making some fun of it and so on, because after all, we do occasionally get the vague outlines of things and make a right decision on rational grounds. But we fortunately forget the variables that could have interfered with this coming out right. It's amazing how often it works. But warriors are people who think of all the variables beyond their control and what might happen. So then when you make a decision, and it works out all right, I think very little of it has much to do with your conscious intent and control. But somehow or other, you are able to decide and control things more harmoniously if you delegate authority. That's why very great businessmen are those who can delegate authority. Trust others to work for them. Because those are people developing businesses on the same basic structure that is fundamental to a living organism. Delegation of authority. It loves and nourishes all things, but does not lord it over them. And you see, then, what is happening is this. The more you let go of it and trust it, as if
More
it were
comes.
quite other than you. The more you realize the inseparable identity of self and other.
Honey pie.
To go back, if you try to find the identity of self and other by subjecting other to self, no go. If, on the other hand, you find it through giving self, that is control, over to other and trusting that, you may make a mistake. You may make a bad gamble. But in the long run, you're acting on a principle which has the backing of evolution. This is the way biological evolution goes on. Constant delegation of authority. That's why, obviously, the democracy is superior to the monarchy. It was de Tocqueville who said that democracy is always right, but for the wrong reasons. Because there is operating in a democracy the principle that Buckminster Fuller calls synergy. And synergy is the intelligence of a highly complex system, the nature of which is always unknown to the individual members.
Okay. I think we're done with that.
Goes back again to this point, that we're always entering a new environment.
Ooh,
We don't ever
girl,
know
you're so
fully what the new
fine.
environment is, because the only environments we know are the past ones.
Ooh, girl.
There is always then operating in the development of cellular life on any level a new way of
What should I
organization
change about her?
higher than any existing form, and we're not aware of it until after it's happened.
Here, let me merge this
If you
one.
ever saw, for example, the film Kon-Tiki, this man figured out a few things as to how to make a balsa wood raft to sail from South America to the Pacific Islands. But once he had set this in motion, he discovered that all sorts of unexpected factors cooperated with him. That when the wood got wet, it expanded so that the ties bit into it and held it completely secure. He had never expected that. And he found that as he sailed along, a flying fish would simply alight flat on the deck every morning for breakfast. That all kinds of natural factors, it was just, he'd touched a key where he was flowing with the course of nature, and everything cooperated with him. Because he had touched the key. He had made the act of faith. And he was just picking up, in other words, a practice which had been hundreds and hundreds of years ago, had been followed by others who had worked it out by their great ecological awareness.
Oh, honey pie, honey,
So
honey,
we do
honey.
come out of this way of thinking to something which has, I would say, the most enormously creative and revolutionary social consequences.
Stop until you're my girl. Don't you stop until you're my girl.
That it has become not virtuous,
Oh, girl, don't you stop. Don't you.
Not
Oh,
self-sacrificing.
honey, honey pie.
and not anything like that. It has become the hardest practical politics to let go control to others,
That's true.
to give up trying to dominate the scene. Also, in a parallel way, it has become at this time in our history very much hard practical politics. To learn how to enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Protestant people with their Protestant ethic who are against this kind of thing, and now say to them with great glee, it is your solemn duty to learn how to enjoy yourself. Why? Because in an age of leisure, people have really got to know how to enjoy themselves. Because if they don't, they'll smash the whole future of the human race. So a utopia has become not some sort of a dream, but an urgent necessity. We can't do without it.
Why can't we just all be happy?
Because if we try to do without it, what's going to happen is that we are going to terminate our race in a mutual massacre of scapegoats. And so the present paranoia in the United States that is going on, where everybody is thinking up a new scapegoat and how great it will be to demolish them or get them out of power, all this kind of bickering and right and left politics has become irrelevant.
It was always irrelevant.
Because we now have the opportunity of trusting our own intelligence, our own technology. To take the risk of doing what we want, which will work to the extent that we realize that what I want, basically, what I really want is what you want. And I don't know what you want. Surprised me. But that's the kinship between I and thou. So when I ask, I go right down to the question, should we start it with, what do I want? The answer is, I don't know.
I don't know what I want.
When Bodhidharma was asked, who are you? Which is another form of the same question. He said, I don't know. Planting flowers to which the butterflies come. Bodhidharma says, I know not.
No,
I
not.
don't know what I want. Well, when you don't know what you want, you've reached the state of desirelessness. When you really don't know. But you see, there's a beginning stage of not knowing, and there's an ending stage of not knowing. In the beginning stage, you don't know what you want because you haven't thought about it, or you've only thought superficially. And then when somebody forces you to think about it and go through and say, yeah, I think I'd like this, I think I'd like that, I think I'd like the other, there's the middle stage. Then you get beyond that. Say, is that what I really want? In the end you say, no, I don't think that's it. I might be satisfied with it for a while, and I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. But it's not really what I want. Why don't you really know what you want? Two reasons that you don't really know what you want. Number one, you have it.
Reason two.
Number two, you don't know yourself, because you never can. The Godhead is never an object of its own knowledge. Just as a knife doesn't cut itself, fire doesn't burn itself, light doesn't illumine itself. It's always an endless mystery to itself. I don't know. And this I don't know, uttered in the infinite interior of the spirit.
Oh, honey,
This I don't
honey
know.
pie, honey, honey, honey pie.
Is
All
the
right.
same thing as I love, I let go, I don't try to force or control. It's the same thing as humility.
Hmm.
And so the Upanishads
To make these
say,
lines a bit thicker.
if you think that you understand Brahman, you do not understand. And you have yet to be instructed further. If you know that you do not understand, then you truly understand. For the Brahman is unknown to those who know it, and known to those who know it not.
Double entendre, double entendre.
And the principle is that any time you, as it were, voluntarily let up control, in other words, cease to cling to yourself, you have an access of power. Because you're wasting energy all the time in self-defense, trying to manage things, trying to force things to conform to your will. The moment you stop doing that, that wasted energy is available. And therefore you are, in that sense, having that energy available, you are one with the divine principle. You have the energy. When you're trying, however, to act as if you were God, that is to say, you don't trust anybody and you're the dictator and you have to keep everybody in line, you lose the divine energy. Because what you're doing is simply defending yourself. So then, the principle is, the more you give it away,
it comes back.
the more it comes back. Now you say, I don't have the courage to give it away. I'm afraid. And you can only overcome that by realizing you better give it away because there's no way of holding on to it. The meaning of the fact, you see, that everything is dissolving constantly, that we're all falling apart, we're all in a process of constant death, and that the world we hope men set their hearts upon turns ashes, or it prospers, and like snow upon the desert's dusty face, lighting a little hour or two is gone, you know, all that jazz. You know, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the great globe itself, I, all which it inherits shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. All falling apart. Everything is. That's the great assistance to you.
So,
See, that fact that everything is in decay is your helper. That is allowing you that you don't have to let go because there's nothing to hold on
thicker.
to. It's achieved for you, in other words, by the process of nature. So once you see that you just don't have a prayer, and it's all washed up, and that you will vanish and leave not a rack behind, and you really get with that, suddenly you find you have the power, this enormous access of energy. But it's not power that came to you because you grabbed it. It came in entirely the opposite way. And power that comes to you in that opposite way is power with which you can be trusted. Of course, what we've been talking about is not so much a set of ideas as an experience, or shall we say experiencing. And this kind of seminar, in comparison with encounter groups or workshops of various kinds, or experiments in sensory awareness, is now being called a conceptual seminar. Although I'm not talking about concepts. But the crucial question arises that an understanding, a real feeling understanding of the polar relationship between the individual and the world is something that operates, as we say, in your bones.
Ooh, girl, you so fine. You so oh, honey,
Just a
honey.
view that you hold, or a belief that you hold. It's so curious that the emphasis of the Western tradition in religion is primarily upon right belief.
So this is the one.
Do you believe in the right dogmas and the right doctrines? And only secondarily upon right action.
Duplicate layer.
Because what you believe is, in Christianity at any rate, far more important than what you do.
because one is saved through faith, not by works. And early in its history, the Christian church rejected the movement in the church which had been known as Gnosticism, from the Greek gnosis, which means knowledge. And in a way, there were some sound reasons for doing so, because the Gnostics were what I would call anti-materialists. They divided human beings into three classes that were called, respectively, pneumatic, psychic, and hylic.
Oh, should the wind be blowing this way?
Y-L-I-C, from the Greek hyli, or they would call it now.
Ah, you know what? Maybe I can transform this shit.
So psychic people were spiritual, psychological,
Who's breathing?
and wooden.
Oh, it is this fucking thing. Yeah.
And hylic.
It sounds kind of weird, eh?
The
Should the wind be blowing this way?
Y-L-I-C, from the Greek hyli, or they would call it now. And that is to say, the wooden people were those most absorbed in materiality,
Okay.
and most closely identified with their bodies.
Wooden people.
And Orthodox Christianity rejected this sort of distinction because of the perfectly correct idea that material existence is not inconsistent with spirituality. This is something which most Christians have forgotten. But they do believe as the central principle of Christianity in what's called the incarnation. That in the Jesus of Nazareth, Almighty God did in fact become material, become human. And by this process, initiated a transformation of the cosmos. In the words of St. Athanasius, God became man, that man might become God. And you don't hear that from the pulpit very often. The Christian church therefore emphasized pistis, or faith, as against gnosis, or knowledge. Because they said you can never know God. God could never become an object of knowledge.
So if we blow the wind
And in
this
funny
way,
roundabout way, the Christian theologians were saying exactly the same thing as the Hindus. Only the Hindus do call this knowledge of God through faith, they call it jnana, which is the same as the Greek word gnosis. Just to give you a little sidelight on how words get mixed up in their meanings, we now have a class of person called an agnostic. And an agnostic generally means a person who doesn't commit himself to any beliefs about the ultimate nature of things. He just says he doesn't know. But the original word, agnosia in Greek, meant a special kind of knowledge. It was called the dark knowledge of God. The knowledge of God in the cloud of unknowing, to use the title of a mystical treatise written by an anonymous 14th century English monk. This monk derived his ideas from a very mysterious figure who wrote under the name of Dionysius the Areopagite. Dionysius was a 5th or 6th century Syrian monk who had learned his mysticism from Porphyry, who got it from Plotinus, who was a Neoplatonist, and who probably got a great deal of stimulation from the intellectual world of Alexandria. And Alexandria, in the early years of the Christian era, was a tremendous exchange place between East and West. Buddhist monks visited Alexandria. It was one of the great centers of trade between Rome and India.
I think I should
And as you may know,
push it a little further.
all Rome's gold eventually went to India for the purchase of pepper. And as a result of this, the Roman economy collapsed. They bought too much luxury from India. India, in exchange, got Roman architecture. And you'll see a lot of Roman architecture in Indian temples.
Here, let's just make new.
Alexandria was the great center for the Gnostics and for Christian theology. And some of the greatest theologians, Clement, Origen, Athanasius, St. Cyril, all worked out of Alexandria. But now going back to this strange monk, Dionysius.
We're doing it like the wind
He first
blew.
put around the idea in Christian circles that there was such a thing of the knowledge as the knowledge of God by faith. By agnosia, really, by unknowing. And he, in a book which he wrote, very short book called the Theologia Mystica, he wrote a treatise on the higher knowledge of God, which might be quoted directly from the Upanishads in certain parts of it. The last section of it reads like the Mandukya Upanishad, because it's a series of negations. It says what God is not. And he goes very far, because he says that God is not one. He says our idea of unity falls far short of what God is. So does our idea of Trinity. So does our idea of spirit, our idea of mind, of justice, of love. All these things are not really God. And he says in another place, if anybody, having seen God, understood what he had seen, what he would have seen would not have been God, but some creature of God, less than God, some sort of angel or something like that. It's perfectly amazing to consider the influence that this man had. For writing under the name of Dionysius the Areopagite, he became identified, you see, with St. Paul's first convert in Athens. And legend has it that he was the first bishop of Athens and was martyred in Gaul, where he's known as St. Denis. But St. Thomas Aquinas looked upon the writings of Dionysius the Areopagite as having the highest authority. And you could, if all the texts of Dionysius' work had been lost, you could restore most of it from quotations in St. Thomas.
Let's do one
He wrote
strand
really two
here.
very important books. One was the one I said, the Theologia Mystica. The other was called the Divine Names. And these two books presented the two phases of his theology. The book called the Divine Names was a discussion on the nature of God,
Cool.
in terms of what God is like, by analogy. And this kind of knowledge of God he called cataphatic, from the Greek pheme, to speak or say, kata, meaning to say according to, that is to say, to speak by analogy. Where he used, though, entirely negative language about God, this sort of discourse was called apophatic. And the word apo meaning away from, to talk away from. Just as a sculptor, when he makes an image, reveals the image by removing stone. And so Dionysius explained that one attains the knowledge of God by discarding concepts, which is exactly what the Hindus mean when they say, of God one can only say neti, neti, not this, not this, not any conception. So thus in Hindu philosophy, the highest state of consciousness in samadhi is called nirvikalpa samadhi, which means literally non-conceptual. Vikalpa means a concept. Nir is a negation. So the non-conceptual knowledge. Now, people have greatly misunderstood this. They have imagined that unknowing the state of the highest contemplation was the acquisition of a blank mind, from which you first discarded thought, you went on to discard perception, you went on to discard any kind of sensory content in awareness, until you were, so far as anyone could say, aware of nothing. And they supposed that this kind of catatonic state was mystical consciousness. This is often believed in India. If you go to the Vedanta Society and ask, what do you mean by Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they will tell you that the one in that state has no consciousness whatsoever of the sensory world. That he is completely absorbed, as you sometimes see Hindu holy men sitting in a state where they are blind and deaf to everything going on around them. The founder of Chinese Zen, known as Huineng, described people like that as no better than pieces of rock and lumps of wood. He said it's a very serious mistake indeed to confuse sunyata, the Sanskrit word for the great void, which is both the ultimate reality and the consciousness thereof. He said it's a great mistake to confuse it with nothingness. It is rather to be thought of as space, or like space, because space is not empty. It contains the whole universe. And so in the same way, the state of mind of a person who is truly enlightened is not empty. It contains everything.
You can do like a flip through.
Like space, it is not stained by what it contains. And it's often said in Zen imagery, you can't hammer a nail into space. You can't spit on the sky and soil it. If you try, the spit will just return and hit your own face. So they go on to say the consciousness in all of us, your basic mind is like space. It is completely pure. But of course, by purity, they don't mean unsexual, which is, of course, what purity generally means in the Western world. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. A person who's pure in heart is generally understood as one who never has any naughty thoughts. You know what naughty means? It means vain, negative, empty. A naughty person, therefore, is one who doesn't amount to anything, who's just nothing. That's the real meaning. But this misunderstanding of the nature of contemplation
there we go.
existed not only in India, from which it was transmitted to China, but also in the West. You read many treatises on Western mysticism, and there's still the feeling that getting into a deep, deep trance, sometimes called rapture. Again, the word rapture has undergone some transformations. We talk about rapture as people being beside themselves with pleasure. But to be rapt means to be taken away from the body. So also ecstasy, we now interpret as meaning in a state of high pleasure. But it means to be outside yourself, to stand outside yourself. Your soul has left you, it is with God. As Arabs say of all crazy people, be kind to them. They're not here, their soul is with God. But actually, if it can be true, as Buddhists say, that nirvana and samsara are one, and if it can be true, as Christians say, that the spirit
can be made flesh, the Word can be made flesh, then obviously the highest form of man is not sitting in a trance like a lump on a log with a perfectly blank mind. Because if that were the highest state of consciousness, it would be an exclusive state of mind, a state of mind that shuts out life. And in that sense, it could not qualify for being what the Hindus call non-dualistic. They always speak of the highest reality as being not one, because one excludes many. Not nothing, because nothing excludes something. Not being, because being excludes non-being, and vice versa. And so they use this word non-dual to mean that which doesn't exclude anything, which, as it were, has no outside. As we say, space has no outside.
There we go.
You can only have outsides inside space. You can't have any outsides outside space. There is no outside space.
And we'll do a little...
Even though space may be curved and finite.
So we fixed that up, all the hair. Now we need to do the opposite. Do this.
Yeah, if you want to think, incidentally, of that curved space, go and take a look at a photograph in...
we do this, and then we do this.
A book on mathematics.
So we did the hair, now we do the eyes.
Which is a three-dimensional Möbius strip. A Möbius strip, you know, is a piece of paper that is twisted once and then joined. And it has only one side and only one edge. Now, a Klein bottle is a three-dimensional Möbius strip, and it only has one inside. It has no outside. You can say it has an inside and no outside, or it has an outside and no inside. It's a fabulous little trick. But something like that would be the nature of space, as that which does indeed transcend the opposites. Not quite. No, we'd have to do one extra move on a serpent to make it into a Klein bottle. You'd have to tuck its head through the side of its skin and make the aperture through the mouth continuous with the inside of the serpent towards the tail, you see. That's more or less what a Klein bottle is. So,
open it up a little bit.
What I'm getting to, I'm
make it more
giving
round.
you something out of the general history of religions, to show that what has been meant by the mystical state, the state of samadhi
mysticism,
or awakening in certain traditions, is not this state of trance, but a state of consciousness in which you can perfectly well carry on your daily affairs. And of course, what is meant by a bodhisattva, as the ideal type of Buddhist person, is that he is not wrapped, that he is actively engaged in the life of the world, because he has gone beyond the illusion that nirvana is to be found away from everyday life. So what is then the point of meditation? Why meditate? Why do you have to crawl off into a hole, or go to a Zen monastery, or retire and be quiet, when this is only a withdrawal? Is there anything to be said for it?
Honey, honey pie,
Well,
honey,
meditation
honey,
in
honey
that
pie.
sense, as a practice, as a discipline, is a very curious problem. Because from one point of view it's a help, and from another point of view a hindrance. And I think we have to understand, first of all, that meditation exercises are medicinal rather than dietary. The same could be said of LSD. A medicine, not a diet. Something that is described in Zen as when you want to open a door, or summon someone to open the door for you, you pick up a brick and you knock on the door, but you don't carry the brick into the house. When you need a raft for crossing a stream, you cross the stream on the raft, but you leave the raft on the bank at the other side. You don't go carrying it around. But a lot of people, when they get into meditation, or they get into religion, or into any kind of exploration of this sort, turn the door into a revolving door.
and keep on going round and round and round and never get through. They say what a gas it is to be in this revolving door. So I think a good definition of a parasite is the person who goes through a revolving door on someone else's push. So there are all sorts of people in the religious racket who are going through revolving doors. And they're very bitter about people who walk right through and leave the door behind because they say, well, you haven't paid enough respect. You must really understand religious one-upmanship. It's a tremendously important thing. And don't be caught out by this, because what happens is there's a little game going on, which I'm going to initiate you into. And it's played in Zen, which is it works like this. If you go to a teacher and ask for spiritual instruction, or even if you come to a seminar like this, you are, by doing that, confusing yourself. Because you are looking for what you're asking for outside, as if someone else could give it to you, as if you didn't have it. So the teacher knows that as long as you do that, you haven't understood. But he doesn't just tell you to go away. Or he may sometimes just say, go away, I'm too busy. And in any case, I can't tell you anything. Well, people won't take that for an answer. They won't take no for an answer. And furthermore, if he just said go away, they would just find some other teacher who would exploit them and maybe keep them as followers for years and acquire a great deal of money by so doing. But what he does is another thing. He tries to give them the put down, as if to say, you have a great long distance to go yet. Your attainment is not at all perfect. And they're always talking about other sects and other schools and saying, well, they haven't really got the point, you see? So that you keep losing faith in yourself and feeling, my goodness, I haven't yet attained this thing. And that keeps you working. But all the time, you're being talked out. It's like someone who's a pickpocket and he's stolen your own watch and is selling it to you. But just so long as you can be talked out of yourself, you deserve to be. Now, you become very aware of this. If you ever do momentarily slip into some sort of mystical experience, you become aware of this tremendous gamesmanship going on. And you see it as sort of continuous with all sorts of cosmic games that are going on, of creatures eating other creatures up, and the creatures that get eaten, of course, transform themselves into the creatures that eat them, and then in turn eat other creatures. And you see the whole hide-and-seek game going on, and then you realize very clearly that the state of development that you are in now is no better and no worse than anybody else's state. Because it's like space again. Which planet is in, or which star is in the best position? Well, it's all equal. They're all in the middle. Any one can be considered as the center one. Any point on a sphere is the center of the surface of the sphere. So in the same way, everybody in all his behavior, whatever he's doing, whether we call him from a certain point of view sick, or whether we call him healthy, whether we call him good or bad, neurotic, normal, psychotic, sane, all the manifestations are just like the leaves on the trees. And in each being in a unique way is, as Christians would say, manifesting the will of God. So, there really, from that point of view, you see, there is nothing to do to attain Buddhahood. Nothing at all. But you see, that's very difficult to understand, because a lot of people, when they hear that there's nothing to do, try to do nothing. And you can't. Because you are karma, and karma means action. You can't do nothing. But the thing you're looking for, or think you're looking for, is what you're doing. Is what's called you. Only, of course, as we all know, we've got ourselves into the idea that oneself is so difficult to see. Because it's like, as I've often said, trying to bite your own teeth or look into your own eyes, and you can't find it. It's always behind. It's like your head is, from the optical point of view, a blank space. Neither light nor dark. It's right in the middle of everything. And so, one of the great tricks of gurus is to set people looking for their heads. There's a famous story of a king in India in ancient times called Yajnadatta. And one morning he woke up and reached out for his mirror and brought it over. No head. He was looking in the wrong side of the mirror. And you know, he was kind of bleary-eyed and had a hangover. So he summoned servants and said, "Ye gods, I've lost my head. Find it." And they said, "But Your Majesty, it's there on your shoulders." He said, "It is not. I can't see it in the mirror. Nobody can show me my head." So they were rushing all over the place, looking for the head. Now the trick to that is, of course, that you are perfectly well aware of your head, only not in a form in which you expect to be aware of it. You expect to be aware of your own head in the same way as you're aware of other people's heads. But that wouldn't be true of you, because you've got an inside view on your head. You have an outside view on other people's heads, because, of course, you're taking an inside point of view. But the way in which you are aware of your head is in terms of what you are seeing and hearing. Because all sights and all sounds are what the nerves inside your head are doing. That's how to be aware of one's head. You are aware, therefore, of yourself, the mysterious self that you have, in terms of experience. Because there isn't really any difference. But that always escapes people, you see. So perpetually, so long as you don't understand that, you can be talked into going on to all kinds of weird excursions. And just so long as you believe it, you're a sucker. You're hooked. And it takes a tremendous inner confidence and nerve finally to say, "Hey, don't pull that stunt on me anymore. I see through your game." And because gurus are very clever at putting you down. But they're just trying to see how strong you are. Testing you out. See if they can hoodwink you. So long as they can, you see, they're going to go on doing it, because they're going to get you to the point where they can't do it to you anymore. Then they'll graduate.
don't you
And
stop,
so,
don't you stop till you get enough. Oh, Honeypie.
one of Rinzai's students, after he saw through it, said, well, there wasn't much in Rinzai's Buddhism after all. Of course there wasn't. He said boldly and straight out, my teaching is just like using an empty fist to deceive a child. You know, when you play games with a child and pretend you've got something here, and the child goes into all kinds of tizzy to get you to open your hand and show what it is, and then there's nothing. Fooled. So you can be fooled, as long as you can be fooled. When you can't be fooled, you don't ask the question anymore. Because it's all become clear. It's all become clear that there is no puzzle about this universe. What makes you think there are puzzles about this universe? Very simple reason. You're trying to explain it. And when you explain things, what do you mean by explanation? There are several meanings of explanation. There's really one basic meaning. But first of all, to be able to translate what is happening into terms of words or numbers. In other words, to describe. But a real explanation is not just a description. It's a description which enables us to control what we are describing. But didn't we see in the last session that to control the world is not really what we want to do? So that if all explanations have as their function enabling us to control things, then maybe an explanation isn't what we wanted. And furthermore, you can very simply see that what makes things complicated is explaining them. When somebody explains to you how a flower works, and he's a great botanist, and analyzes all the innards of a flower, and shows the channels, the fibers, the processes of reproduction, and so on that go on in it, everybody stands fascinated. Say, how complicated that is. How clever God must have been to create that flower, to have all that complexity going. It's not complicated at all. It's only complicated when you start thinking about it. Because the vehicle of words is a very clumsy one. And when you try to talk about the processes of nature, what is complicated is not the processes of nature, but trying to put them into words. That's as complicated as trying to drink up the ocean with a fork. It takes forever. And so this intense complexity that we see in everything is created by our attempt to analyze it all. And so what we do is, you see, when we analyze, we use our eyes and ears as scalpels. And we dissect everything. And we have to put a label on every piece we chop off. And so we scalpelize, and we get it right down to atoms, getting finer and finer, and we suddenly thought, well, we've got to the end of it, because the word atom means what is not cuttable. Atomos. But then we found we could cut the atom. And lo and behold, big fleas had little fleas upon their backs to bite them. And it goes on forever. There is no end to the minuteness which you can unveil through physical investigation. For the simple reason that the investigation itself is what is chopping things into pieces. And the sharper you can sharpen your knife, the finer you can cut it. And the knife of the intellect is very sharp indeed. And the sophisticated instruments that we can now make, well, there's probably no limit to it. But in a way, all that is vain knowledge. In a way. Because you see, what it does is it gives you the illusion that you've solved your problems. When you have controlled certain things and you have solved certain problems, practical problems, you say, fine, more of that, please. Let's go on solving problems. And then you do. You create a world of people as we are today, far more comfortable than people who lived in the 19th century. Just remember the troubles of going to a dentist when you were children, or some of you when you were children, of medicine, of badly heated homes, of all sorts of things that we don't put up with anymore. But the problem is we keep running into this thing that all constant stimulations of consciousness become unconscious. And when we take it as a matter of course to have certain comforts, then we switch the level on which we worry. When you solve a whole set of problems, people find new ones to worry about. And after a while, you begin to get that haven't we been here before feeling. Aren't we just going round on a cycle and doing the same old thing over and over and over again because we don't realize that we're chasing our own tails? By an eternally recurrent process of not knowing who you are. That is the hide and seek. That is the nature of what the Hindus call the Manvantara and the Pralaya, the period of the Manvantara in which the worlds are manifested, and the period of the Pralaya in which the worlds are withdrawn from manifestation. In and out, in and out. Evermore came out by the same door as in I went. And the thing is, to get to the point where you can see that you are doing that in every moment of your existence, with every tiny little atom of your body, you now, at this minute, you see, are the whole system of inning and outing. In other words, you often think perhaps, maybe a long, long time ahead, I shall reach the point where I wake up from manifestation and overcome the world illusion and discover that I am supreme reality behind all this diversification.
Oh, honey, honey pie. Okay.
In other words, what
God
you call
bless.
diversification is your game. In the same way as you chop the thing and then you say it is made of pieces.
It's almost 3 in the morning.
And so when you see the world is complicated and that there are life problems and that you might one day succeed. See, hundreds and hundreds of people are running like mad after something that they call that is success, and they have no idea what it is. So in exactly the same way, the guru is keeping you running and running after spiritual attainment. You don't know what you want. This is where Krishnamurti is so clever. Because he says, if you ask me for enlightenment, how can you ask me for enlightenment? If you don't know what it is, how do you know you want it?
You're right.
That any concept you have of it will be simply a way of trying to perpetuate the situation you're already in. If you think you know what you're going out for, all you're doing is you're seeking the past, what you already know, what you've already experienced. Therefore, that's not it, is it? Because you say you're looking for something quite new. But what do you mean new? What's your conception of something new?
I don't know.
Well, you figure I can only think about it in terms of something old. Something I once had. So he doesn't say anything. He doesn't indicate anything positively. Everybody says, why are you so negative? Why don't you give us something to hang on to? Well, the simple answer is it would be spurious. You don't need anything to hang on to. You're it. You don't need a religion.
Should I put this on the
Then
other
you
side?
say, well, what is all this religious stuff about then? Why don't we just forget it? You can try. By all means. Just go away. Don't go to gurus. Don't go to church. Don't enter philosophical discussions. Forget it. But then you'll realize that by having consented to forget it, you're still seeking.
There we go.
What can you do? You see? If you stay
Oh,
here
fuck.
and listen to me, or to anyone else who comes around here,
Wait.
you're fooling yourself. But if you go away, you're fooling yourself too. Because you still think that's going to improve your situation. It won't. And therefore, when you discover that it doesn't, you'll think, well, maybe it was a mistake to go away, and you come back to the Guru. And he looks at you and says, you are very undisciplined, very inferior student. And you need to apply yourself. Well, as I explained what he's doing. But it comes down in a way to a sort of contest with the Guru. You see? Well, will you call his bluff? You're afraid to. Because you might discover that if you do call his bluff, he's no better than you are. Well, that's what you're supposed to find out. But without being cynical about it. He's as divine as you are. But you've got to call the bluff. There's going to be a showdown. And it's a double bind. The whole situation's a double bind. Because it doesn't do any good to stay here, and it doesn't do you any good to go away. Either to do something about it or to do nothing about it.
Ooh, girl, you so fine.
Now then, there's something else.
You know,
When you understand that, and when you realize that there's nothing to realize, because it's all here, then what are you going to do? Well, of course,
stop into your mind, girl.
Poem, supernatural activity and marvelous power, drawing water, carrying fuel. You know? Do whatever one does as a human being. But there's a little element of Philistinism in that.
Ah, he's got my sickness now.
Like when a child is pestering father or mother with all sorts of questions, they finally get down to the deepest metaphysical problems. They say, oh, shut up and eat your donut. And I wouldn't say that, you see, at this point. Because life, as one looks at it, you see, is in fact a celebration of itself. When you look out at night at the stars and you really wonder, good God, what is all that about? Well, it's a firework display. And it's celebrating High Holy Day. It's whoopee. And the whole world is whoopee. It's a kind of exuberance. And therefore the proper function of religion is digging this. It's not seeking. It's not seeking anything, but is, in a way, thanksgiving. That's why, of course, the Christians were right in calling the Mass the Eucharist, the Thanksgiving. Only they had such a complicated way of thinking about it that nobody could understand it. So there, in religion, all religious exercises, whether they are meditative or whether they are ritualistic, are whoopee. They are not something you do in order to attain anything. They are like art forms, like dancing. They are expressive of attainment, of the attainless attainment. So here's another hang-up for you. When you go to Mr. Suzuki, who runs the Zen Center, he's a good disciple of Dogen, who brought Zen, a certain school of Zen to Japan in the 13th century. Dogen said, you can't sit and meditate unless you're already a Buddha. In which case, why meditate? Well, meditation is just the way a Buddha sits. And he called this sitting just to sit, not to attain enlightenment. Because the minute you do that, you see, you're not meditating. So you only become a good meditator if you're not looking for anything. And therefore, you realize what a great thing it is to be able to sit. And what a great thing it is not to dissect the world with your analytical intellect. To be able to look out at the water or the trees or at the floor and the light on it in front of you without calling it light or floor or trees or thinking that it has parts or thinking that it's complicated. It isn't. So when you can sit without thinking, not with an empty mind, mind you, I'm going back to that point, not with an empty mind, but just a non-analytic mind, a non-probing mind, where you're not creating problems all the time by trying to control it, by trying to control your mind, by trying to control your experience, what you see and hear.
Girl, you're so
then just
fine.
simply discover
I like that.
that there is no way of controlling what you're experiencing, because what you're experiencing is you.
Don't stop until you mind, girl. Don't you stop until you mind, girl.
This is going around in a circle. So if I would say to you now, what you have to learn is to let it happen, that's wrong too. There's no one to let it happen. If I say to you, accept your experience, be calm and open to things, that again perpetuates the illusion that you're something different from it. And so we go round and round. But if there are some people who want to get together, and like we would get together to play poker, or to have a walk, go fishing, or sail a boat, if there are some people who want to get together to meditate, and to have rituals, and to chant, great. It's an art form. And you can only use it and make it a good art form if you're not using it to get something. And this is what really is the bane of temples all over the world. You go into Buddhist temples where they theoretically don't believe in any God. But there are the people praying. And they're all doing it.
How do you color it?
We get a male child next time around, or that the horse recovers from a disease, or that mama gets cured of the dropsy. And all these petitions are going on and on and on. People always coming to the temple to ask for something. Lowbrow people for lowbrow things. Highbrow people for highbrow things. And there all the vendors sit outside and sell souvenirs and magic and charms, and all the people go in and do this. And all these serious priests sitting there, really having to keep up face and say, yes, we can provide these services. On the other hand, if you go in to one of these temples, along with all the faithful followers, and have a ball, buy a bead, buy a candle, buy this, buy that, buy some incense, go in, and dig this great thing going on, salute the Buddhas, or the altars, or the crucifixes, or what you will. But don't take it seriously.
I like that.
And this is one of the great important transformations of today in our consciousness, is that a great many people are finding out that religion is not supposed to be taken seriously.
Nice.
This is a shocking thing to many people. There used to be an old saying that a religion is dead when the priests laugh across the altars. That's true in one sense. When the priests know that they've got a racket going, and they don't believe one word of it, and they're laughing across the altar because of all these suckers around doing it, then it's true. The religion is dead. But when the priests laugh at the altars, because they're having such fun, because this whole scene is so beautiful, well, it's the difference between some stuffy old Buddhist priest humming a sutra and Allen Ginsberg chanting a sutra. That's a thing to hear. Because the priests are going, they go on for interminably. It's a bore. They're sick of it. But they get paid for it. This is magical. But when Allen Ginsberg chants the sutra, everybody gets in a circle and he gets these little bells, and they get going. It's just like a jam session. where everybody is absolutely delighted. Well, that's the way to do it. And if you can't do it that way, forget it.
Wow, that was like an hour.
I was trying in the brief space of
Holy
50
shit.
minutes to give you
Here, let's listen to some music again. I'm a little tired. I probably should go to bed, but I don't really want to. Plus, I don't really work till later, so we're gonna play some Minecraft music. Should I just say fuck it, play some music I actually want to listen to? Fuck it, you know. Fuck you, copyright. I know you're gonna copyright me anyways. I don't make money. So, suck my balls, bitch. Yeah. 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 Another Tuesday. When it's too late, it's whatever you say. Mind at all. At all. And in a new way. Let's do 1600. Tons to fall. Oh. I really like it. I really like it. She looks cute. The one.
As far as eyes can see. So baby, come with me.
What is will be. And what is will be. And what is will be. What is will be. Fuck it. Traffic. Oh, best day. Whatever we say, done signing. ETA to call. Oh, days feel like the same old circle. My lines and make a new world. Where time is free, time is, so baby come with me. As far as eyes can see, so baby come with me. And what is will be, what is will be. What is will be, and what is. Now, what's leaking through? Here, maybe? Out through the titties, in it. Nice. Da 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 dum dum. I like this song. Watch the sun ride along the coast as we both getting old. Blip, blip, blip. That's the shit, dude. Can't describe you. Quit. How'd you quit? A.m. in the morning. I don't care. I like cutesy drawings like this more. They take less time. Oops. They take less time. I can bust them out pretty quick. Go back to strangers.
Go
Did you ever mean it? How can they say that this is love when it goes like this? We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the backseat.
Go back to strangers. Those emerald eyes, innit? Back to strangers. Don't play this fucking song! I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm shaking and crying right fucking now. I can't believe they would play the song. You lies. Because I miss you all the time. So, get away. Another way to feel what you didn't want yourself enough. Self-control. Let's start at the rainbow. Man, fuck. I think I do need to lower or heighten this. I'm ignoring you, I don't wanna know. Let's see. Yeah, the hair does go over. It's art. It's subjective, alright? But we can add the... Should I do this? Oh, the eyebrows kind of make it low-key. Alright, we'll do it on another layer. Let's start at the rainbow. I'm gonna get fucking copyright striked so bad. I hope my channel doesn't get taken down. Is that how it works? Maybe. I think they'll just take the revenue. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? Maybe. I think they'll just take the revenue. Oh god. Don't worry, I'm the only one watching, it's fine. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? All right, we have all the layers. Now we have to do the thingy thing. Ah, dancing in a crowded room. You look so happy when I'm not with you. Don't you by surprise? I'm definitely getting fucked. I hope not. I actually like doing this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Why can't I just vibe? Let me vibe. Let artists vibe. I run away. Gonna make you cry when I run away. Take me back for another. Very minimal shading on this one. Right, guys? Right, gang? Ah, fuck. So are the eyebrows going over? Ooh, 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 ooh. Someone better. Are we doing that? Man, it looks kind of nice actually. Wait, can we I don't know why. I'll make you cry when I run away. Ha ha ha! Save your motherfucking tears for another day. Ooh, girl. I mean, I haven't been warned yet, so you should be chilling. I don't know why I ran away. So if we do half, it looks better. I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 100 on the dash. Anyways. Sitting on the edge of thinking far. It is my favorite. doesn't like titties besides gay men? Exactly. That's what I thought. Gay men are like, what's it called? An exclusion, just because, like, you know, only like dick. Not my fault. What the fuck? Oh, it wasn't on either. Man, what the fuck? Me before you love me. Fuck, do I get a job? Without your mind, radio on. You can't think of anyone else. Fuck. Shit will happen, I guess. Else. Parisian painting. Ah, the Mona Lisa. Yeah, yeah. No, they exist. This is what I'm good at. Okay. Not up to your standards, artists. It's what I like to fucking do. It's what I know how to do. I do like exploring and trying new shit though. It's just kind of hard to get into at the start. The worst part of torture is the beginning. That's some more Alan Watts for y'all. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, I know you like your space and distance. You don't take admissions. They told you not to date musicians. But can't make you listen. Stick to the ones who let you make all the decisions and look the other way. And you already know what your mother say. And you already know I'm a number away. I was about to give you all of me on all the weekends. And all I wanted was apologies and all of your bed. Over my heels and falling on my head. But all of my feels were already dead. And if I could rewind it for you, if you could remind me of what I felt before I fell for your idea of love, yeah. Turn the radio down. You can't think of anyone else. Make it out alive. Radio down. You can't think of anyone else. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, Fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. What a dumbass. Okay, and we do that. Nice. Just quick block shading in it. Situation back to me, huh? Bullet for you, for you. Been thinking about when it's dark out, I'm the one you need, yeah. Heart song. Dum, da-dum, da-dum, oh. Da-dum, oh. You say, you see. I really love the mouth and the face, it's so cute. I hope someone will appreciate that small detail. Yeah, when it's dark out, I'm the one you need, yeah. Now we do. First, we look at the reference. Okay. How colored is it? On a scale of 1 to 10. What the fuck? Oh, I put it in here, my bad. It's very... What's the word? Light shading? No. It's very soft lighting. Soft. So, what I like to do as well is to, do whatever. Kind of like to do like a middle ground shit. Like, okay, let's do that. And then put it over the whole thing. Everything. Even this. And then, what you do. Oh fuck, you have to do it on a certain thing though. Here. Let me do this. Duplicate the layer, and then we'll turn alpha lock. And we'll color that one completely, and then we'll drag it up here. Usually you'll be able to get away with this, but whatever. Now, you just fuck around with it a little bit. And then you can get like kind of a cool, like I feel like that one is semi what it looks like.
It was just two lovers sitting in the car, listening to Blonde, falling for each other.
Screen one also goes hard. Color dodge goes kind of hard.
This call from my mother. Like, where you at tonight? Got no alibi. I was all alone with the love of my life.
And look at that contrast. Makes it pop a lot more of the colors. I like that. Let's do color dodge. Brightens up the whole thing. And you can also do the tonal correction with this. Let's say you want more of like a pink. I kind of like where we had it there. It seems to be pretty perfect, honestly. But yeah.
Feet up on the dash, driving nowhere fast, burning through the summer. Radio on blast, make the moment last. She got solar power.
And then you can mess around with this.
Can you even imagine falling like I did for the love of my life? She's got glow on her face, a glorious look in her eyes. My angel of light. I was all alone with the love of my life.
More cutesy. More more vibrant, and it pops out. Really does. We want to achieve something that pops out as much as this. I think we're getting there. It definitely pops out. The eyes, the solid background. Yeah, the eyes definitely will make it pop a lot more. Solid background. Honestly, I think... Oops. That is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was this. All the way. That. Boom. And go back, go back.
I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you ever even try?
Love this song.
I don't wanna tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire. Just wanna let this story die, and I'll be alright. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again.
My friend, love.
Love, I'll wait for your love.
I think we should do like a
Me and my truth, we sit in silence. Baby girl, it's just me and you. 'Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna bite my tongue. Yeah, I think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again.
I say yeah.
I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love. Know that you made me. I don't
This one definitely pops out a lot.
yet, I'm still here hanging. Know what you made me.
Oh shit, that looks sick. I don't know what I did, but I did something.
Just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love.
I like this one. And then we'll do definitely pops out a lot more like that. Ooh, girl, you You so hot, you so hot. Very light in that. Holy shit. Maybe even lighter? Maybe I can make these lighter as well. Let's do color dodge as well. No, glow dodge. Send me your location. Let's gorgeous on communication.
Send me your location. Let's focus on communicating. Cause I just need the time.
I think mine's too late now. I think that's perfect. I like that.
At times I wonder why I fool with you, but this is new to me. This is new to you. Initially, I didn't wanna fall, but you gather my attention. It was all for you. So don't take advantage. Don't leave my heart damaged. To understand.
Yes, that kind of works.
A little bit better when you plan it. Oh, so won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating. Cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location. Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. I don't wanna fall in love off a subtweet, so let's get personal. I got a lot of cool spots that we can go. Tell me what's the move and I got you. I'm only acting like this cause I like you. Just give me the vibe to slide in. Oh, I might make you mine by the night. Then send me your location. Let's focus on communicating.
Might have to do yellow actually.
Time and place to come through. Send me your location. Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. Ride, ride, ride. Come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you. Ride, ride, ride. Come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you. Nothing else but you.
Don 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 don. Don 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 don. Do 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 do. I really like to do this thing where it's called just brighten up like some of the lines. I actually don't know what it's called, but makes it pop a little more. Is she outlined in this? She is. I fucking knew it, dog.
You're taking what you want right from me. Wrapped up in so much life, it's just the way you hold me. You're picking miscellaneously. Wrapped up in all the choices you're not giving to me.
I'm laying on the floor, drinking 'cause we're bored. Oh, I'm looking for affection in all the wrong places, and we'll keep falling on each other to fill the empty
talk in your sleep, remembering the times they won't remember me. Our nights melt into sequels, you sink into me. I'm laying on the floor, drinking 'cause we're bored. Oh, I'm looking for affection in all the wrong places. And we'll keep falling on each other, fill the empty spaces. Oh, I'm looking for affection in all the wrong places. And we'll keep falling on each other, fill the empty spaces. Looking for affection in all the wrong places. And we'll keep falling on
Each other to fill the empty spaces. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
looking for affection in all the wrong places. And we'll keep falling on each other, fill the empty spaces. Sure, it's a common notion, perpetual emotion, but I don't need the comfort of any lies. I've seen the
How did I do that? What the fuck?
rise. Oh, back when I was younger, was told by other youngsters that might as well be solitude beneath the earth. 'Cause I don't see what they see when they're staring at me. I see a window, a limit's a limit, and not at all. If you could follow effort to carry on forever, would you like even matter anymore? So it's a common notion, perpetual emotion, but it's not what you signed up for.
Da 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 dum da 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 dum da dum da da dum. Let's be sunshine.
Turn your magic on. With me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight. We are diamonds, and I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart
Beneath my skin.
I feel my heart beating. You make me feel like I'm alive again. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Said I can't go on, not in this way. I'm a dream that died by light of day. Gonna hold up half the sky and say, only I own me. And I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm alive again. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Turn your magic on. And me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape. If we've only got this life, this adventure, oh, that I. If we've only got this life, you get me through. If we've only got this life, and this adventure, oh, that I wanna share it with you, with you.
If we've only got this long. I've been scared of dentists and the dark.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like? This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
I just wanna know if you're gonna stay.
Walk in your rainbow paradise. Strawberry lipstick state of mind. I get so lost inside your eyes. You believe it
I really like that. Anyways. Does it look better than that? Fuck yeah, it does. Fuck yeah. I'm happy with that. Man, what the fuck? Who did that one? Who did that one? Who did it? Who did it? Going layer by fucking layer. Who put that up there? It's not glow dodge. Oh, it is glow dodge, you fuck. Damn. 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, I want to do one more thing with the background actually. I don't know how to bring it up though. Oh, there it is. Manga material. It's like that dot one. Maybe not. Oh shit, you can. I didn't fucking know you could do that. Alright, whatever. Oh, all materials? No. What? Milky Way color pattern? There's a lot of shit here. Oh, this one. Maybe this one. I don't see it. Maybe it's this one? No. Maybe this one? No. It's weird how, like, that changes the color, isn't it? Maybe the big polka dots? This one. What the fuck? Why does it always poke out? I want the big boy circles, mommy. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, wait.
Everyone else has left now.
40%? What does this even mean?
Wondering what can we do now?
Angle, frequency? What the fuck? 100%. Oh shit. Okay. Those aren't fucking circles though. You know what I mean? Like, Maybe I picked the wrong one. Those aren't fucking circled. Where are the big ones? I just passed them. Those aren't fucking circles. Those aren't fucking circles. Am I tweaking out? It literally did nothing. Fuck it. What am I missing? Sound effect line, balloon. Cross hatching? Gray now, baby. It's almost 4 a.m. Stay here with me. Life is just a countdown party. Together like. At least it's like little dots, you know what I mean? More frequency or less frequency?
Everyone else has left now. I bet that this got you stressed out. Wondering what can we do now?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Maybe let it burn.
It just looks fucking weird. You know, fuck, whatever. What if I... How am I supposed to do it like that? Doesn't even fucking...
I wanna follow where she goes.
What?
I think about her and she knows it.
Here, let me Google this.
Let it take control. 'Cause every time that she gets close, yeah,
Doesn't even fucking...
pulls me in enough to keep me
It looks fucking busting though.
And maybe I should stop and start confessing, yeah. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions, baby. There's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation, manipulate my
Okay.
decisions. Baby,
Should I go to bed?
nothing holding me back.
It's like 4 in the fucking morning.
There's nothing holding me back.
I do want to get these polka dots out of the fucking way.
She says that she's never afraid. Just picture everybody naked. She really doesn't like to wait. Not really into hesitation. Pulls me in enough to keep me guessing. Oh, and maybe I should stop confessing. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions. Baby, there's
Apparently it's in Studio Paint
you take me places that
as a brush.
reputation.
Man, shut the fuck up. Sorry. I just don't... I don't know what's going on right now. Not Roblox. Fuck off, Roblox, dude. Okay, Clip Studio. Assets. Bless me. Definitely sick. I always get sick, but never like SHNTN. these ones. Man, I thought I already logged in. Please, 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 please. Thank God, dude. Last time it was like tweaking out because I logged in. The material has been downloaded. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. What is this? SHNT, right? TN. I'm shitting. Man, where is it? I really don't see it. Oh, there it is. This one? There it is. Alright, wait. Some of them are brushes, some of them are not. I have them in this fucking bullshit. These ones are definitely brushes. Along with these two. This one, this one. Okay, so now we got brushes, but what are these? Like, what happens when I drag this one in? Wow. Poggers. What the fuck? Or is it this thing? Very small, but or whatever. Okay, we have the brushes. It doesn't matter. What time is it? 4 in the morning.
Translation out called the Gen Z Bible.
Oh, I've seen this
where
one.
someone had taken the scripture.
Fuck that. Look at this beauty. Damn, I really brought her to life, didn't I? From the fucking sketch. From the ring to the king to the ping to the whatever. Yeah, that's a banger.
guy with a fucking banger. Fucking tell me it's not a banger. To the ring, to the king, to the pin, to the king. Where's my bling? Always drama when I ring. See if I believe it in my heart. Too busy reaching for my stars. Whoa. This is how the story goes. Whoa. How? How does that even work? To the ring, to the king, to the pen, to the king. Where's my penis? I'm putting out my bling. Whoa. Ah. Can I make it bigger though? What if I want to do this on a big scale? I guess I just have to do this and then make it bigger. I guess so. I mean, it works just very, very slowly. To the ring, to the pen, to the king, to the pen. That's my bling. Always drama when I ring. Whoa. This is how my story goes. Whoa. Okay, that's too big. Maybe I can find like more of a clear line. Like, not a play. Low key, not a play. Oh shit, yo. Actually, think about this. Think about this. Okay, instead of this. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're gonna do a ruler. One that just goes a line. And then we're gonna do whatever. Ring to the ping, to the king, to the king. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always drama when I fucking ring. Okay, whatever. That should be good enough. Wait, let's do it black. So we can see it a little better. To the ring, to the king, to the pen, to the... Dude, that fucking song sucks dog cheeks. Like, I never want to hear that shit again. Turn that shit. Turn that shit off. Even grandma said turn that shit off. And she can barely hear. Alright, word. Word. Awesome. Now. Dude, fuck off. Oh, I think it's because it's like. Yeah, whatever. Okay, everything outside of that. No one cares. No one cares what's else. Alright, Clip Studio. Oh my fuck. Yeah, it saved it. Here. I'll save you some. I'll save you some headache. And we'll just for cut. Yeah. So wait, if we do this, invert, edit, cut. Oh shit. My bad. Wait, why did I put it on this layer? God damn it, dude. God fucking damn it. Fucked it. Oh my god. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay, let's redo this. It's supposed to be on this layer. Look, okay, how to fucking fix it. Let's just do a little piece actually. Actually, we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll cut this, edit, cut. We'll do this. And we'll do this. This. Turn to the fuck. To my cheeks. Okay, then Clip Studio Paint's gonna be like, yeah, that's a lot of shit going on. And I know it is. I'm sorry. What can I say? Except you're welcome. Alright, listen. Then we can actually soft erase some of it. So much better. Make soft erase. Okay. I think I should do it like around her. I did, yeah. And then edit tonal correction. Oh fuck. Alright, so we do this first, and then we do. Oh shit, my bad. Wait, which one is the eraser and which one is the pen? Red. Okay, maybe we shouldn't do that. Here, there we go. Now we can do tonal correction. We can also do overlay. Oh, banger! Banger! Fucking banger! Barely know her. Banger! Barely know her. Banger! Barely know her. Ooh, should we do the bright? Oh. Do multiply as well. Color dodge. And also do this where it's overlay and then edit. Layer, duplicate layer, and then we'll do the same thing. And it will be even better. And then we can change the color. I think that might go like this. Wait. See, that kind of goes hard, like low key. This shit's fucking it up. Wait. Okay, that kind of goes fucking hard. It does go hard though. All right, now let's look at the normal one. Compared to mine, okay. Cooking. I'm kind of cooking actually. Did I spend a copious amount of time on this? Let's see how much time I spent on it. Right now, I spent almost 3 hours. Holy fuck. That is a copious amount. Look how good it looks. Just for one fucking thing. One fucking thing. I spent 3 hours. God damn it. You guys better fucking shit. I actually had a lot of fun doing it. I'm having fun. So it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if you're having fun in it. To the ring, to the pen, to the king, to the pen. That's my bling. Always drama when I ring. Ah, layer. Create selection. Where is it? You go here, and then you go edit. Go. I don't know why it's so weird to. I think it should definitely be a little less than 20. Let's do 15 maybe. A little better, yeah. Fuck with it. Also, who is shading fucking like a lot? Can't be doing that. Man, you can't be doing that. Sorry, but you can't. It's against the law. Didn't you know? Oh man, you can't park there. Just so you know, like you can't fucking park there. Like what were you thinking? Ring to the pen, to the king, to the pen. That's my bling. We did it. We did it, boys. Oh my god. Ooh, girl, don't you stop. Don't you tell me. Oh, honey, honey pie. Alright, anyways. We're gonna do some other shit. First, we're gonna add a clipping mask to this one. And we're gonna go here. Go a little lighter. A little different color. A little lighter. It's there. Maybe we should go diagonal. Yeah, diagonal kind of goes a little harder. We should probably add, I really like color dodge. I don't know what it is. People usually say, oh, do multiply and add. I like multiply. But color dodge, it just. No. Nah. Let's do this. Got this. We can do this. Shine. Ooh, girl, don't you stop. Don't you stop till you get enough. Bring your red forks, girl. You know what I'm providing. Girl. So is this YouTube size though? That's the thing. I don't think it is, but who the fuck cares? I actually don't give a shit. So, now we gotta do this one. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Adding any more to this could add so much more.
but this is the quality we're kind of going for each of them. Yeah, I could add a lot more. I could add a subsurface scattering. Oh man, don't get me started. I could add a glow to the eyes, which I might do for another one, but not the first one. Not the first panel. And the panels are gonna be kind of like what's that show? No, it's not a show. Well, it is now. Captain Underpants. Yeah. This is gonna be a long project, but I think it's gonna hope so. My last project did not pay off, okay? It didn't pay off. I spent let me see how long I spent on it. I will tell you how long I spent on this. I spent 13 hours on the Gojo magic trick one, which if you haven't seen it, I'll pull it up. Pull it up. Yes, I'm on TikTok to see how he got the brushes. I don't care. Yes, I'm watching my own stream. I don't care. Dude, honestly, this fucking okay. Honestly, 300, 400 people watched it on that, and then like 1,000 people. And there's a few comments. Let's see.
You want to see a magic trick? Yeah, what is it?
17 shots.
You want to see a magic trick? Yeah, what
The quality doesn't seem like it's the best.
is it? You want to see a magic trick?
Quality. I don't know what happened, but I mean, I think it's better on my videos. Yeah.
You want to see a magic trick?
Is it? Maybe it's just this fucking quality.
You want
I don't know. The
See a
quality
magic
seems weird.
to trick? Yeah, what is it? Turn around.
I got a Glock in my Rari.
That 5-second clip took me 13 hours, okay? This 5-second fucking clip, look how
You want to see a magic
look how detailed this is.
trick? Yeah, what is
Look at the eyes, okay? You can't really see the details as good as you can in fucking but let me see. Gojo magic trick. Huh? Is it? It's gotta be here somewhere. Oh, here. This one. Look, the quality is so much better. It is. It's the way I filmed it. Yeah, probably. Probably the way. Anyways, this took me because yeah, I had to draw each of these individually. Yeah. I had to do the sub, which I did a little animation for. Yeah. My little boy. Also, I was gonna do a sketch of something else. Oh yeah, the gun. Gun layer. This took me a long fucking time, dude. And nobody watched it. Hey, Gojo turned. Look at his cute fucking face. Look at that. This shit took me a while. I honestly should have made him big. So you can't see like the what is it? I should have did it like this where you can't see his so he's just kinda like creeping up. Hey, you wanna see a magic trick? Yeah, what is
Yeah, should have did something. Anyways, it's over now. And I should have done the fucking same thing for this fucking guy. Put it off. Looks so much better. It's a little more resolution. Whatever. Anyways, I'm not even gonna save this. I don't know why. Maybe I'll re-upload it later. Yeah. This is my thumbnail. She's so cute. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna almost go to bed soon. Oh, 4:30, really? I spent a good time just fucking yapping, don't I? Alright. I'm gonna do the ooh, girl, you're so fun. Don't stop until you get enough of me, honey pie. I think we should do the same as this, like this color. It looks nice. Bring your own fork, girl. You know I don't. Ooh. I'll do 2 L's. And then we'll also do layer selection from layer, create selection, done. Do other layer under that, which we do edit. Fuck, this is a lot of work. It's all compact and we'll probably have to make up as well. But for the time being, white. Okay, done. And we're gonna take this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll do a orange. Ooh. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. We should probably merge these down as yeah, I don't know if I like that. I think it's too much orange, not enough yellow. Maybe if I hard shade some of it. Yeah, I can fuck with that. Let him do his thing. Should dip white. I think it should be a lot darker. I don't know if I like that. Maybe different color. Something that pops more. Like the if we do light blue, kind of like it. It shows that she's saying it. I think we'll go with that. Okay.
That's gonna be the first fucking thing.
Okay. Fuck it. Don't care.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna end stream. Have a good night. I will talk to y'all later.